cue. She just got the cue.
I was like, I might do it too.
I love it. Oh my gosh. Welcome back to the Control Pod. Yay. Today we are joined by Hannah Swindon, the co-owner of CONDITN Southbank. Welcome to the pod.
Thank you. Very exciting to be here.
Yay. I think we're building out like a nice little Southbank community.
Yeah.
I know. You've got all the owners, business people
Yeah.
of the area. It's nice.
I felt like that yesterday when we were at the new Mr. Summit at Falconer Store, which they just launched. Go check out the Instagram. And we were all like hanging out together, chatting. It was like such a vibe. I was
Took
like,
over the
wow.
place. Just literally had the whole place.
just
And
owned
we're
the
like,
whole
yep,
place.
this is us.
Well, I think Summit needed that because the City Road one, like, yes, there's seating arrangements and stuff, but far out, that store just gets packed as it's insane.
Nuts. Yeah. Falconer
So,
Street's such a nice like secondary space. You can work, sit, like spread out of it, which is nice.
Yeah.
100%. Well, anyway, enough about
Sorry.
Summit. I know, just
Got
checking
excited.
out.
Plugging.
That's how we met, obviously. But talk to us a bit about CONDITN.
Yeah.
Who are you? What do you do?
Wow. Okay. Hi guys. So yes, I own a strength and conditioning studio in Southbank, just down the corner from where we are right now. I have opened it and have owned it for about a year. So it's been a crazy 12 months, like so many highs and definitely challenging parts as well. But yeah, I coach, I manage, I clean, I do socials. I'm kind of wearing all the hats, which is, as you guys know, the pleasure of owning a business. So it keeps me on my toes and I'm a busy girl, but I do love it. And it's something I'm very, very passionate about. Yeah.
Yeah. Love it.
Did you think you would be a business owner when you grew up?
Never, like not even in my wildest dreams. I grew up dancing, singing, performing. And so my whole life as a kid and even in my early adult years revolved around that. And I studied it full time after school. And it wasn't until like COVID hit that I went, fitness, let's just try it and let's study it and see what happens. And it's the thing I'm most grateful that I actually did. And I'm really grateful that lockdown gave me the ability to study and do something like that, because from there I've coached for years. I've taken over a gym. I've owned a gym. I've opened a gym. And it's like as if this is just my life now. Never, ever would have thought about it like 5-10 years ago. Crazy.
Take us back to when you were growing up, I guess, like when you were dancing and everything. Like, could you sniff out the sense of entrepreneurship or wanting to find out that, you wanted to pursue something a little bit higher than yourself?
Maybe just like exercise as well. Yeah.
I feel like, definitely dance and exercise, they go hand in hand, but also performance and I guess coaching, like they are somewhat aligned. And it's something that a lot of performers do in their spare time. They'll be a gym instructor or a Pilates instructor or something. So it definitely wasn't ever off the table. And I think when I was young, I never thought about business, entrepreneurship, all of that stuff. But I definitely was a bit of a leader. I've always been super extroverted as well. Like mum would be like, shut up, Hannah, like just stop talking. And everyone would be like, whoa, she's so loud in your face, which has probably definitely helped me like later on in life. But there definitely were signs. Though never imagined my life going this way. I always thought, you'll be on a stage, you'll be singing, dancing for the world, you'll be traveling around. But it's been a really nice sort of realization and time to realize that I actually have this other passion that is probably even stronger and fulfills me even more than that ever would have. So it's been a really nice discovery, to be honest. Yeah.
What was that crossroads moment like? I can imagine there would have been, almost like, it's like a breakup basically. Like you basically
literally
set yourself up for a particular life and then all of a sudden you just pivoted.
It was like so many thoughts of, oh, is this right? Am I failing? Feeling so like worried about doing it, and throw in, lockdowns into that. And I was like, well, I can't work in the performing arts industry. There's nothing on. And even when it started to come back, I'd be doing self-tapes, auditions. And I was like, this just really isn't going anywhere. And I found myself feeling negatively about myself, about the industry. And then it was sort of like this door just opened and all of a sudden there was so much opportunity and growth. And I was like, I can actually do this and I don't get sort of told no, I don't get shut down all the time. And it sort of just became this really positive outlet, training, working out, then moving into coaching. And it just happened so naturally. And it was probably like about 12 months of being very unsure what way my life would go and what road it would go down, sort of questioning, don't want to let go of that first one. But I found that when I did, it was almost like a bit of a weight was off my shoulder.
Yeah.
And people always ask me, they're like, do you miss it? And I always will love it, but I've never actually experienced like, damn, I wish I sort of stuck with it or I wish I did something else. I think that it's all happened really naturally and beautifully. And I'm really lucky in that sense that it's kind of like happened the way it has and has worked out so well. Yeah.
I love it.
Brilliant.
What was that door that you mentioned that was opening?
I think like the fitness industry just being such a fast growing industry, like fitness is just so moving, changing, expanding. And it's such a fun industry to be a part of. And I feel like there's so much more, I guess, opportunity when you get into the fitness industry. There's more roles available. If you're someone who's confident and if you're someone who knows their shit when it comes to coaching, like people want you. They want you on their team. They'll give you a job. They'll give you an opportunity. And it's really fun to then just be like, great, I'll take it. I'll dive in and just sort of see what happens.
Well, I think even like you think about the fitness industry in Melbourne, I feel like it's picked up so much even since the sort of peak of the Run Club series started coming through, and that was intense. And then High Rocks was shortly
down,
after that, you reckon?
Yeah, I think so. I
Probably
think
just post COVID.
Really starting.
Came down.
I think it was all like ideas developing in COVID, and then it was like we're free.
happened.
Let's
but
just
keep
explode.
in mind, like those two things have been around for so long.
Yeah.
They just didn't get popular. Like run clubs have
Run
been
clubs
around
have
for
all-
so
like park
long.
runs as well.
Oh yeah, they wouldn't have been social
And-
media popular.
Nah. And I remember Todd said to me, he was like, I used to do run clubs 10 years ago before they were cool. And he reckons it was just the weirdest people that run clubs. Like no one spoke to each other. It was just so antisocial. He's like, yeah, I was an OG run clubber. And now they're like, you go to meet people.
To date people.
It's like a dating.
people.
It's like
How it's changed. I know. Crazy, isn't it? How it, like social media, I guess, impacts stuff like that.
100%.
It's wild.
I wanted to quickly ask as well, like you speak about how you were really you are really extroverted, sorry, and you hold a lot of confidence as well. Has that ever sort of waned throughout you know, being in the performance industry, like the dance industry and the fitness industry? I feel like particularly with women and like body image and body dysmorphia, like has that ever impacted the way you view yourself?
100%. I think that it's again that the thing that I loved about the fitness industry was I was coming from an industry that was like pretty brutal at times in terms of self-worth and self-image. Like it can really get to you when you grow up dancing, being on a stage, putting yourself into costumes, auditioning for things. Like it can be pretty rough. And then all of a sudden I was like going into this place where it wasn't as much about like what you look like. It was more about what you can do. And it was like, not that the performance industry isn't, but I just found this love for like, oh my God, I'm going to get strong. I'm going to get fit and active. And it's not actually going to be about what I look like, but that's just kind of going to be a byproduct of what I can do. It was really cool just to explore. And I'd never really done heaps of weightlifting and technical stuff. So being able to explore weights and like how they can impact and benefit you as well, I found it very empowering. And I found it very like, I guess my image of myself and my self-worth has grown a lot because of that, I think.
It sounds like it was almost already there. It was just a matter of changing the perspective.
I think so. Yeah, that's it. I was never a kid that was shy. I never was. I was never someone who struggled with that stuff. But it was just really nice to reframe it from this fitness angle and just explore that. And it really did make me feel a lot happier about myself, happier about what I was doing and in my life. It sort of made me feel a lot more positive.
And then to add to that, you throw in the business as well. Like I feel like we're layering these different things.
Yeah.
How has that impacted?
Or business. I mean, you guys would know business is wild. Like one day you're focusing on your social media. The next day you're meeting with your accountants. The next day you're focusing on your payroll. Like it's just wild. There are so many different tiers to business. And I think it's been a big year of like growing up pretty quick for me. Like I feel like my maturity is something that's changed a lot. I was always a really fun-loving, happy-go-lucky person, just live life to the fullest. And I still feel that. But I also have, I guess, a sense of responsibility and a bit more going on. But I think that's, it's helped me to feel very empowered, almost embody that kind of boss woman energy. I'm not as, that's it. Not as afraid to like put my foot down when I have to be or worry about coming off as a bitch. You just got to do it sometimes in business. And it didn't come actually supernaturally. I was going, I'm really worried. You know, are people going to take this well? How is everyone going to find it? But being able to just sort of push past that and do things has been, really cool for my growth. And I do feel like I've grown up a lot in the last 12 months.
Yeah. Well, talk to us. Let's take our step back to when you and, was it Todd, sorry? Is it wanting to start opening Condition? What was that all like for you guys?
That was really an exciting time. It was an opportunity that was sort of presented to us by like the previous owners of a gym that we worked for. And they came to us and said, are you guys interested in taking this on board? We were both coaches for them at the time. So then they said, you know, are you keen in this opportunity? You buy it, it's yours now. And we were like, this is fantastic to be presented with that. Like we sort of sorted out our funds, figured all that out, and we were like, let's do it, because we've been working for people for so long, and the idea of working for ourselves was like really, really exciting. So then what we did was relaunch the gym, flip it, and opened it as this condition concept.
Yep.
And like I said, that was about a year ago. And that process was very intense. Like there was a big phase of your pre-sale before you sort of launch a gym, and your marketing and your image online and how you're going to sort of roll all that out. And while both of us had experience of it, neither of us are in any way experts in any of that stuff. So it was kind of at the point where it was like, well, we've got to do it. We're just going to do it whether we know what we're doing or not. So we just kind of rolled up our sleeves and just dove into it, sale work, marketing work, social media work, everything.
Yeah.
And we've sort of figured a lot of it out along the way. But it's been really cool to be able to do that, like on the road and on the fly.
Yeah.
But how has social media and marketing played a role in business?
It's very, very important, but also very complex. I don't know. I find social media a wild place. Like, you know, you can be on one trend 1 minute, and then you wake up the next morning and it's like, oh, direction's changed. We're going a new way. Like it moves so fast, and you've got to be so onto it. And I'll go through days where I'm like, oh, I hate it. I hate it. I love social media. And then the next day I'm like, I love it. I love what it can do and stuff. So it's a very fiery love-hate relationship with social media and marketing. And to be honest, it's a world that like I said, I'm no expert in it. There's so much more that I'd love to learn and do. But it's been really cool to sort of dip my toes into that world. I feel very base level when it comes to content, when it comes to creation, myself as an individual and my business.
Yeah.
I do what we can, and, you know, I follow trends and I do things that I think are fun and I think are going to work well. And then just sort of hope for the best. Yeah.
Well, it's like bring back social to social media sort of thing. I think sometimes as an agency, we're like, oh, what trends are on and all that sort of stuff. But we find that when, I guess, our clients show up authentically online and they talk about their why, that tends to land a lot better than
Always.
what's trending or what's like going viral and everything too. So
I agree. And it makes it less of a chore and more of something you actually enjoy as well, when it's like just you being yourselves.
Yep.
You're not doing it because you have to or because your brand requires it. You're doing it because you genuinely are going to find joy in it. And people can see that as well. I think it's so obvious when you are on socials and you see people posting and you're like, that's not you, really. That's not your authentic self. And then you see people that are, and it kind of makes you happy just to watch that from other people, you know?
how has social media impacted your business? Like, have you seen people come through the doors because of it? Or?
Absolutely. Yeah. We get DMs like every single day from people on social media saying, hey, like, want to come try the gym, seen your videos, seen your photos. So it kind of reinforces that, yeah, wow, people do look at the content that I make. People do watch it and they do get interested in it, which is kind of nice. So yeah, we get a lot of inquiries. It's also very interesting as well, because when you post to social media, you reach a very large audience, or it goes, I guess, into the For You page, it goes into the algorithm. You don't actually know exactly who's going to see it.
Yeah.
Yes, you can try to curate it to your area and to a specific kind of person. But at the end of the day, you can't necessarily control that 100%. So you're going to get a range of people liking, sharing and stuff, whether they convert into actual people that are going to walk into your gym, maybe. But I feel like it's a risk that's good to take anyway, because even if out of the 1,000 views you get 5 or 6 that come in, right? Like, I think that's a win, and that's pretty good.
Have you found that your content has gone beyond Southbank as well? Or
I think so, definitely. I mean, we
Slowly.
try to focus, like, for all of our paid content, all of our boosting stuff, we focus on like our Melbourne area. Not going too far into it. But organically, it definitely does reach. It's also interesting whenever we collab with a business like Mr. Summit, or we collab with LSKD or Realism, or a heap of companies that we've worked with, it then reaches their demographic, their area, and that can really blow up and go crazy. So I guess it also just depends on all those little things, right? Like tags, your hashtags, your location, your set, music, all of that stuff plays a part. And yeah, like I said before, I have fucking no clue what I'm doing half the time. I'm just going, that song sounds sick on that. I'm going to layer it and chuck it out there. And it works sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't.
do you feel that pressure when you're not posting on social media, like for Condition as well? Like you're like, oh, I need to post something. Do you feel that?
Okay, so it's weird. I don't know if this is a strange thing to say, but I feel way less pressure when it's condition than I am when it's myself. I don't know. It's like when I'm conditioned, it's not me all the time. I get to video other people. And yes, I am in it as well. But I just feel a bit more creative freedom to post anything. And I feel ownership and power within posting that. When it comes to my personal, I get so scared and I get really, what's everyone going to think? You know, this is me, really vulnerable, really raw. And that's like a goal for me, is actually to get more confident with that and to still stay authentic and stay myself, because I never want to change that for social media. But oh my God, sometimes I'm going, I don't want to post this, you know, it's going to be silly. Whereas condition, I just don't have that fear. And I just feel way more braver and way more like, yep, chuck it out there.
Do it.
See what happens.
Love it. I feel like I'm the opposite.
Do you reckon?
I don't know.
Like with control.
I think I'm more protective with control. I don't know. Yeah. What do you feel?
Oh. Well, I mean, I haven't even been posting on my personal,
No,
so that's probably the bad thing, right?
Inconsistent,
Well,
yeah.
that's
You're
what
so
I feel as
focused on the
well.
business, and then it's hard to post on your personal, and then you've got to come back
That's
to both.
it. Yeah, you're
and-
spending 3 hours of the day on your Instagram for your business, and then you go, "Oh shit, I've also got one that I might put a story on." Yeah,
I think I post much on my personal and all
Yeah,
now,
I
which is
haven't in a
really
while.
bad. I probably should be.
Yeah, you do stories. You do
I
stories.
do stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to get back into
Get back
it.
into
I'm a
It's good.
story girl as well.
You used to do so many stories.
Yep.
That was before you owned the business, but then the business life is
Yeah, I
one
know.
time.
Well, I posted daily for 100 days. Like, I still
That's
can't believe I did that. That was
right.
crazy.
You guys are good as well though, because like you
Yeah.
are not afraid to talk on the camera. Like I feel like you're.
Oh, I'm
you've
not gonna
got,
lie. Sometimes it's really hard. Like I
Really?
think
We're
clients
glitch
think
heaps.
that we're like so yeah. So clients sometimes think we're so natural at it, but like when we're so lucky to have an editor, Sarah. Sometimes we'll send videos for her to edit for our control page, and we'll send her like a 5-minute video, and it's us just like trying to figure out what to say for the video
going,
in the video. And she's like, "Oh, I've cut it down to like 2 minutes," and I'm like, "Oh, it's too long." She's like, "Gonna cut it down more," and I'm like, "Oh my God, I didn't realize I sent such a large video for it to only be cut
He's a
into
yapper.
at 30 minutes or an hour."
but it's always the case. Like I'll
It's
be
so
taking
hard.
content of my trainers and they hate being in videos. Like they just can't stand it. They just go, "Oh, not this again." And I'll say to them, just do literally anything. It does not matter how long it takes. It doesn't matter how much you screw it up, because I will just edit it at the end.
Yeah.
And they've kind of just got to trust with me and go, all right, whatever. And they'll take 4 or 5 takes and half of them will be shit and half of them will be fine. And then I just go, fine, leave it with me. Edit it together, pop it in, chop it all up. And then it's always fine at the end, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
That's it, seeing the end product. How do you feel like, I guess you spoke to how you've matured over the last 12 months. I can assume like wearing so many different hats in business. Where do you feel like you've grown the most?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I feel like, I mean, yeah, there's so many different areas of business. The area that I'm probably the least confident in, like still, would be like the sales side of stuff. I've never been like a supernatural, seller. Whereas Todd could sell ice to an Eskimo. Sweet, get it, just done. So I do feel like that's been a big challenge. But being able to work on that, I definitely feel more natural than I did before. It's still not my favorite thing ever to do, but I feel pretty comfortable taking cold calls, lead calls, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Because obviously when you run a gym, you've got all these people asking, hey, I want to come in, I want to try a class. And you've got to sort of respond to that and say, yes, come in. Do you want to do a trial? And then did you like your trial? Do you want to sign up for a membership? So there's that element. But I also think an area in which I've grown a lot with has been people management. Like my team of staff, even my team of members as well. Like I've always had a very strong sense of community, and building relationships has always been a strength. But I'm such a nice person that I tend to get walked over a lot. And it's always been the case since I've been, I guess, a young adult. There's been so many times where I'm like, why did I let that happen? Now I'm
I see
doing
so much of myself in you as well.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have similar traits.
you do.
as
You sort of
too,
like, yeah, I'll do that. Yes, sure, that's mine. And you end up sort of at a disadvantage. And I think I've gotten really good at saying no to people, and really good at telling people when something's not okay or when I want to see improvement, whether it be my staff and saying you need to do this differently, whether it be my members and saying do this or whatever, or whether it be just other business owners and other people out in the world that might approach me and it might not be something I'm overly interested in, and being able to say no, I sucked at.
It's actually a really hard skill.
So
I think people
hard.
forget
it's-
how hard it is.
Yeah, it is very difficult. I find
Yeah.
it incredibly difficult a lot of the times.
It's
And sometimes,
crazy.
and I think that just comes down to me sometimes like not knowing what the outcome is. Like I'm just happy to be here, sort of
Yeah.
thing. So you're just like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll do that. That's all
Yeah.
good. Like it's cool. but then yeah, like you said, puts you at a disadvantage as
Well,
well.
yeah, I mean, this whole like concept, I feel like in Melbourne or even in Australia, it's always just like you don't want to say no to opportunities, always take everything that you can get. But then you also have to remember that like not every opportunity is the best opportunity for you. And there's all, yeah, it's actually really hard, I think.
But also as well, like, you know, not wanting to upset other people and like caring about people around you, right? Like you want to be a good person. You want to help people when you can, but sometimes that goes a bit too far and then you spread yourself so thin. I would get to a point where I was spending all my hours in a day doing things for other people and I get to the end of the day and go, fuck, what have I actually done for myself? Or why am I so tired and burnt out?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it's because I should have probably said no to a few of these people and focused a bit more on the things that like really matter to me.
Yeah.
It's an art, it's a skill.
Do you feel like it was a domino effect though? Like after you said no to that first, I guess, thing that didn't really sit well with you, like it just became easier.
I think so. The first couple times that you do it is always going to be the hardest. And whether it's like, you know, maybe a friend that you just have to say, no, I don't have time for that coffee right now. Like, give me a week. Or whether it's someone in your family, you just say, no, like, this is not okay. Whatever it is, I think once you've done it once or twice and you go, oh, it's actually all right. No one died. Everyone's sweet. Everyone's alive. Then it's like, all right, we're all good.
We're all chilling.
And then it becomes, so much easier. And it's still not something I'm perfect at. Definitely not. But a lot easier now than it used to be. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about working with your partner.
Wow, great job. I
Were
was
you
about
about
to
to-
say that.
On the trend. There you go.
We're all
We're just on the
connected.
wavelength.
We're on the same wavelength. I love it. Tell us about that journey. What has that been like for you guys?
It is like equally so fun and also really challenging. I mean, you guys do it, right?
know.
I'm
We know,
sure
we know.
I'm preaching to the choir here. It's that beautiful fine line of like, you obviously work so well together, right? You're there for a reason. And like we both have skills that complement each other like so perfectly. And we noticed it like for the last few years, we've been like, oh damn, this is like a really dream team here. Being such a people person and the other one being quite analytically focused. It just works so, so well. But it's also such a challenge to balance out work and life. And it'd be the case with any two people, right? Even if it was two friends. But then you add in partners, you add in like basically living together a lot of the time and,
Yes.
you know, trying to do things maybe on the weekend that are not work. But then something comes up, you get an email and you've got to make it about work, right? And it's just like that little fine line of how can we like have our separate things but also come together as well.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing that's important and like in many relationships I've had, I've always found this the case, is just having your own thing and having your own little bit of space. It doesn't have to be like crazy. It's just like maybe one thing you do on the side, right? That steps you away from work, away from a relationship and just puts you with you so that you can just enjoy that. Maybe you're a runner and you enjoy doing that. Or maybe you enjoy some sort of art or something or doing something with a certain friend that just takes you out of that is just so, so, so healthy because then you're not each other's like absolute lifeline. You're not each other's oxygen. You can, you know,
Breathe a bit.
absolutely just like be existing
Yeah.
solo. That's the key, I reckon. Just having that little bit of space. There are so many times where I'll be like, just get out. Just leave me. I need a day to just be solo.
See, why do you think I didn't come to condition the other day?
Do you know what? There are so many of my members that I've said, oh my God, bring your partner. And they go, nah. And I go, why not? Like, do you not think they'd like it? And they go, yeah, they'd like it. But this is my thing. They're like, gym is mine. And then they say that. And I go, you know what? That's very fair. Like having that little hour a day where you do your exercise, you got your people there. I think that's so healthy. I just think power to that because, if you guys were just together every single moment of every day, and I do it a lot with Todd, and I want to strangle him sometimes. Like I do. That's the
because it's
reality.
easy, right? Like it's also like comfortability, but then you
100%,
guys start hating each other, and you're like, okay, maybe this is too much.
Need that
Space
be-
out.
yeah.
It's so funny
Come
because
back.
you need the space to
Reconnect.
Yeah,
almost.
literally,
No, it's
far
good.
out.
Sometimes when we have a better sleep schedule and a routine, we go to the gym, but then we drive together, but then we both do separate routines, and
Which is
it's
so common.
Such a good balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or we have like a condition as well because you can choose between which class you do, right? There's the two workouts that happen. You got friends that come in or couples that come in and they go separate sides,
classes.
do it,
Yep.
and then come back together at the end. And
That's
it's like
awesome.
they can debrief about their workout,
Yeah.
which is nice because, absolutely feel that. You guys would know it better than anyone that like it can get so tough as well.
What have you found that you and you and Todd have like? What type of balance do you guys have had, or something that's worked for you guys? Like a small little sort of like
Ritual
ritual
or-
tip that helps you guys like. in
Okay,
that.
Oh, one thing that we've been doing, this is like a little plug as well for some lovely friends of mine, but one thing that we've been doing probably about 4 times a week is we go down and do ice bath therapy, like contrast therapy, right? We go down City Road down to P3 in Port Melbourne, and we see them quite a few times a week, and we do it for an hour in our day, and it's usually like smack bang in the middle of work. We've usually worked prior and we're working after, but we like kind of have an unspoken rule that we just it's not a work conversation place. It's just completely switch off. And it's a bit of like a nervous system reset for both of us, especially for me, because I carry around whatever the stress of the day's been. Like I really carry it with me. Todd's really good at just gone, switch off,
Me.
done for the day.
Me and Todd, we get along
gosh.
very
Like we're just
Yeah.
inverse, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
you
I'm
two,
like- I'm
you
like-
two are so similar.
And
Yeah.
I'm so jealous of that. The fact that you can have a really
Yeah.
stressful day and be like, I'm going to go to bed. Whereas I just sit there going, oh, thinking about it like all night. Like I'm so jealous that you can just
Yeah,
be
I
done.
don't know. It's just something in our mind that's
yeah.
just kind of like, all right, yeah, that was that
Yeah.
problem. All right, let's just go back to playing Mario Kart.
It's like,
now.
we'll
it's
have,
fine.
yeah, no, it's like we'll literally have an argument. She'll just drop it, and I'm still carrying like I
Yeah.
feel like the
You're
weight.
going
of it.
around going,
Yeah.
"Ooh."
And I mean,
Yeah.
why are you still mad? What's wrong? He's like, oh no, I just need it. What's wrong? We thought we dealt with it now. We're good now. Yes, it's fine.
No, it's crazy, isn't it? How your minds just sort of work differently.
Yeah.
But yeah, this has been a really good chance for me, especially to drop whatever's been going on in the day. Sauna, hot, cold therapy. So contrast therapy is like getting in an ice bath. You stay there for 2 to 3 minutes, then you get in a hot bath. You stay 2 to 3 minutes, and you
You'd
alternate.
love that.
It's
Cannot do it.
intense. It's pretty. It's hard.
I don't know how you guys get your minds to do it now. I'm like, my toe dips
Yeah.
like a centimeter, and I'm like, nah, can't do it.
But there's something about like once you've done, I swear to God, the first 10 seconds is horrific and you want to cry and it's just horrible. And then you bypass that and your body just goes, oh, chill. And you're just breathing, chills out a little bit. And you just get this sort of clarity. And you don't even necessarily think about anything when you're doing it. You're just kind of there existing and it's so nice. And then you get out of this ice and you feel so rejuvenated. It's like, oh my God, I'm full of energy. It's like the same as having a coffee, I reckon. You feel that like
Boost.
awakeness.
Yeah.
The true circuit breaker, I reckon. Yeah, it's like
100%.
actually a circuit breaker.
Yeah, we'll have come from just a shit hour at work, cranky clients or whatever we've been dealing with. We'll get in this and we'll just come back with like a very fresh mindset. And it's been so nice to then come back to work, finish off whether it's the evening coaching block or whatever it is, and just feel so fresh.
I love that. So you guys found a place that's separate to work and home, even to just like reset. That's like your reset point.
Yeah.
And then you then come back and it's like a fresh
Yeah,
start. That's
which
awesome.
I think that's also that's the other thing I was going to say was location wise. You're at work all the time, and for you guys, like work kind of is your home as well.
Yeah.
You need somewhere external to go, and I think that having just that extra place, whether it be a gym or a thing that you go to, right,
Yeah.
is just so nice to just get you out of that environment.
Yes.
Going between gym and mine, because that's sort of my working day. It's really nice to go to a third place sometimes, and just removes me from the situation a little
Whole
bit. Yeah.
scenario as well.
Yeah, I love it.
That's awesome.
Thanks for the
Maybe
tip.
we need to do
Yeah,
that.
try ice baths. They are hard.
Love an
I'll
ice
try
bath.
it, I'll
I love
try
an
it.
ice bath. Yeah, I'm not sure how you'll
I
deal with that.
I think I need to challenge myself more this year. And I think
Yeah.
coming to a condition, I think will be a big step for me. as well.
Actually, no, that's mine.
Yeah. What have we learned?
fine.
You don't go to the
Yeah.
gym with your partner.
no, that's all good. No, because I spoke about this. I think it will come out later. It hasn't actually come out, but I was talking a bit about. We have this series, and it's like, what is it actually like to build? What is it like to build a business with your partner? And I was talking a bit about, so we
You should
posted.
do this with you and Todd for content.
Yeah.
I think like no one really talks about how there's seasons in life. Well, actually, I think everyone knows that there's seasons in life. Like you could be building a career, you could be working on yourself, whether it's fitness, financially, whatever it is that you're doing. And then you couple that with like a relationship. Now you're balancing two sort of seasons that are sometimes fluctuating a lot as well. Someone might be going through some really tough things and you have to almost go down a little bit and meet them there. Or you might be riding the high of your life and then this person is also trying to meet you there. But then you add in business as well as like this third layer, and it's like seasonception is what I was calling it. Because
Seasonception,
It's cool.
and I don't think, I guess as business owners, you really acknowledge that, particularly when you are with your business partner who like, is your partner as well. Like it goes under the rug, but we're juggling like so much as well. And I think sometimes I forget to step aside and say like, I'm very proud of how we're able to navigate a lot of the things that we do. Too.
You almost need to like go into a little like a bird's eye view of the situation and just be like, oh, this is my life. Like, look what I'm building. Look what I'm doing on the side. There's so many times where I do that. I step out and I'm like, it's actually really insane. Like everything that's going on, personal life, like you said, whatever your fitness goals are, maybe you're training for your first ever half marathon. Then you layer on your work, then you layer on your relationship, and you're like, I'm juggling a lot of things. And I feel like, yeah, maybe we don't give ourselves as much credit as we could because it's pretty intense. Like there's a lot to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
No, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Wow, you just boosted us for the day. This was our
Is
research.
that done?
No.
No.
Oh, I was like,
Yeah, all right, cool.
that
End
was
the
a really
pod here.
quick hour.
And
Oh,
podcast
shit.
finished.
Yeah,
No, I think that's
Yeah.
absolutely awesome. I've definitely been able to resonate that a lot because I
Yeah.
think finding that reset or finding that way to reflect. Because I think maybe like I don't know about Todd, but like maybe me and Todd are more similar in the sense that we get the chance to like kind of see it from the outer perspective because we're so like maybe future focused.
Yeah.
But you guys, I feel like, are so in the moment focused.
Yeah.
And so you guys are like living it, dreaming it. It's all, and then it doesn't come to you guys until like a later or a couple hours later.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think with me, I'm like always like, okay, forward thinking. So then I'm looking back and going, oh, cool, this is what we've done. All right, cool. What's next? What's next?
Yeah.
But then I think having the balance of that, I think is important too. Do you feel like Todd's like that as well? or-
100%. They talk about, have you guys heard that spectrum of people where you can be either relations focused and people focused, or you can be like problem focused and like, I guess, factual focused.
Yeah.
You're kind of at either end of the spectrum. I feel like you would be maybe more of that problem focused and issue orientated, where more relations orientated, right? Like I will always focus on the person over the problem.
Yeah.
Even if it's not a good thing, I'll always focus on the person, right? And the relation. Whereas they both just go so nice. And I think that's what makes a business one run really well is when you have both ends of the spectrum that can complement each other and remind each other when they need to go, okay, adjust a little bit, but sort of, compensate really, really well.
Yeah. Did you get a lot of comments from people like, oh my God, you're going business with your partner? Like, are you insane? Did you ever have any of those?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's like a very natural thing to be like, oh God, what are you doing? But I think also like, because Todd and I had worked together previously, I think that's like we sort of knew that we worked really well together, right? We knew that it was something that was sweet, worked well. And don't get me wrong, like we argue all the time. We literally always disagree and we're always going at each other. But something that we've gotten really good at is just being able to resolve that. Like we used to have an argument and just be cranky for so long and be like, I don't know how we're going to fix this and just be stuck on that. But we've gotten really good at, what's the word? Like,
For us, it's dropping ego. Or for me,
Yes.
it's dropping ego.
Oh,
for
ego's a
sure.
big one.
and also
Yeah.
both just negotiating a little bit. Like
Yes.
both being able to give up just that little bit that you need to meet in the middle instead of just being like, it has to be this or it has to be this.
Yeah.
Both being able to come to the table. And yeah, I agree. And also just being able to like apologize as well and just being on the fly and be like, nah, you know what? You're right. I'm sorry about that. And being able to roll with it. I think it's like a really important skill.
And I think, well, for us, it's like reminding ourselves that we're working on this together.
Yeah.
Yeah, the goal is the same.
The goal is the
Yeah.
same.
You both want the same thing.
You both
That's
want
it.
the best for
Yeah.
the business, whether
Yeah.
it goes like option A or option B. Like,
100%.
Yeah, the path is somewhere leading to
But
the
they're both
same
going
end.
the same way.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
so right.
What's next for Condition?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, so we've got a busy year ahead, actually, to be honest. We're currently have just launched a fundraiser for the Good Friday appeal. So last year we did it when we were really fresh opened as Condition, and this will be our second year doing it. So if you don't know what the Good Friday appeal is, it raises money for the Royal Children's Hospital. So helping sick kids. And it's nice because the Royal Melbourne Children's Hospital is so close to us location-wise. So it does actually feel like the money's sort of going right there. It's something really nice and close to both our hearts personally as well. And so what we've done is we've pledged that for every dollar we raise, we'll do a burpee, our condition coaches.
Yes.
Okay, so on Good Friday, we'll come together and we'll start at 5 a.m. We'll be there till midnight if we have to get all these burpees done. And only one can be done at a time. And Todd and I will be there for the whole day. We'll have our coaches coming in and out. We'll have the Mr. Summit boys coming in to sub in about 100 or so.
Have
Yeah.
the control Alicia go in.
If
Alright,
you guys
we
are
should.
keen,
Are we here? I think we are here.
here, yeah.
if you're here,
Yeah,
come
done.
down. It's
Yeah,
going to be
come.
such a fun day.
What
We've
date?
got Good Friday is the 3rd of April.
Okay.
Yeah, we
So
should be
it's
here.
still got a little while, but
yeah.
it'll be a huge day, and we just want to do it to sort of like bring everyone together, but also remind people that it's so nice to do something for a better cause, right? Like instead of raising money for your own business, it's really nice to be able to do it for someone else and for something that's going to make a big difference. So yeah, we hope to really smash that, raise a fair bit. It'll be pretty cooked, I reckon, on the day. I don't know how many burpees I can do before my body just goes, nah. But we've got, beautiful people from LSKD coming to support, beautiful people from P3 coming. And it's nice just to have our little communities sort of meeting in at Condition. So I think that'll be pretty big. And then, yeah, besides from that, like we've got a really, really solid membership base at the moment. We have so many beautiful members that just love training. We have members that come twice a day because they love it so much. They'll do the morning and they come back at night because they're like, yeah, I wanted to get in another session. And I'm like, you are crazy. Like, what?
I'm pretty cooked after yesterday, but
I know. I do one and I'm like, that's me done. We had our franchisee, like owners, so the owners of the brand up in Sydney, they said to us, they were like, so you've got members that do like 2 classes a day? And I was like, yeah, we have quite a few. And they were like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean you got members that do 2? And I was like, I don't know. It's just a thing here. Like, people really like doing it. And they go, you know, what do you think the average number of visits is per member? And I was like, maybe 6, maybe 7 visits a week. And they were like, that is so much.
That's awesome.
And I was like, I don't know. It's just what it is here. And they're like, why do you think they come back? And I was like, I genuinely just think it makes them happy and they just chase that joy being in class. And it's like so nice as the owner of the business to be like, yeah, they like coming to my gym. They like the vibe. They want to be with the music and with the people that are there. Yeah. Like, it's really warming to hear that.
You're not killing them hard enough.
Yeah. Apparently they need to work harder so they don't want to come back. Either that's the other reason.
That's awesome.
But it's so nice. Like, yeah, people do their day and then we see them come back and they're like, oh, I just wanted to get another session in and come back and feel really good. And it's like the fact that I can do that to people's day is so, so nice.
And you've mentioned teams. So you've got a team now as well. Of
coaches. Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
So we have a beautiful team of about 8 coaches. So for a bit of context, like I coach about 20 hours a week. So my like full-time role is 20 hours of floor and then 20 plus whatever it takes to run the studio. And that's about the same for Todd. And then we have a beautiful, beautiful head trainer, Andres. And then we have a fantastic team of casual coaches as well. So we all make up all the classes and it's really nice. I feel so lucky that I've got a team where I know if I had to just take 3 days off, right, the place would be fine. Like, I wouldn't have to kill myself to go in there. If I need to take a sick day or whatever, I could just say, hey guys, can you cover for me? And they'd be like, yep, we'll make it work. They've all got different jobs, some full-time jobs, some part-time jobs, but they're so bought in, they're so invested in it and they want to be a part of a team and they're great like that. And we're really lucky because I know when you run a business, it can be really hard to get good stuff.
Yeah.
I know people that have had really, really crazy times doing it. So I feel very lucky that, yeah, we've been able to have a good team that's so supportive.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a testament to yourself and obviously Todd as well for being such like approachable people. And obviously from this podcast, if you couldn't already tell, like I think your energy and like aura as well is just very inviting, welcoming, and just like an energy that a lot of people want to be around as well. So you should be really proud of what you've been able to build at Condition.
Yeah.
I've personally really enjoyed hearing about your story and how you've been able to build up this gym and obviously the way that content has impacted it as well, but also just the fact that you're there for the vibes and people are there for the vibes, obviously. So thank you so much for sharing so much about the journey.
It was really funny actually with Jadyn. There was a time when I think people were running around the loop of the people.
The block run,
And we were walking Choco and he's like, ooh, what's this? Oh, people doing the gym. Oh, maybe I should come join. I'm so excited. I think there's a piece of Jadyn that really misses it because I don't know if he told you, but he used to go to gym in a merge in Box Hill.
Box Hill,
and it's very community. Like they're so close. And you go Derrimut here and it's like obviously it's the same like that.
No, you don't know anyone.
He got really excited. And he's like, oh man, I should check it out, suss it out, go back into community. And I think that's a missing part of Jadyn at the moment. So I think you've filled in this gap that he was really needing. And I'm also needing to force myself to come out more.
That is so good. I did not know that. And it makes such a difference when you have like that little community to lean on. It sounds so small, like the people I go to the gym with, like it's this tiny little thing. But for so many people, like that is the joy in your day. Because a lot of people have jobs that are really stressful or not the most positive place at the moment. Like a lot of people are pulling their hair out at work. So for them to just have this little outlet and these people, I know I've got members that have become friends and they live together now. Like they're housemates and they met at the gym. And I have members that met at the gym and they just go every weekend and they're traveling together and they're doing stuff and they're hanging out. And it's like for them to be able to make those relationships, like that is amazing. We've had relationships form at the gym. We've had so much happen. It's like such a beautiful, beautiful place. They're a special group of people. Yeah.
What would you like to leave on as well as a business owner yourself, someone who's building something? can you, I guess, leave us on a nice little positive note for the listeners out there?
Oh, okay, wait. Oh, hold on. Let me just have a
Throwing you under the bus here.
Ooh, okay, what do I want to leave on?
Maybe we should tell people in advance we're going to ask them this question.
Yeah, I was like, can you give me some prep questions? And he was like,
No
nope.
prep
He was
questions.
like, nope, you don't get anything.
It's all live.
Yeah, literally on the spot. What do I want to leave people on? I don't know. I think that, like, I think what you put out, like, with your personality, I think, like, it's a really serious reflection of who you are. And I think that putting out positivity, generosity, and kindness as well, like, above all, I think it'll come back to you. Like, not in a weird karmic relief way, but I really do think that, like, if you can do good to other people around you, it's going to come back to you. And I think that that's such a simple thing for people as well. Like, it doesn't cost anything to just be a good person and just to put out good stuff into the world, right? And to help other people. You can help anybody any day. Like, it's not a hard thing to do. And I really think that when you embody that and when you try to do good and you do it for the right reasons, like, every time I make a decision in my life, I really do think about my values and does it sit right for me? And I'm never going to work with someone or do something that I don't think aligns with that and that I think is going to be disingenuous or turn me into someone that I'm not. And so far in life, like, all it's done is serve me back. So, like, I can't stress the importance enough of, like, being just a good person and doing things for the right reasons. And I think it just helps you. And I'm kind of excited for the next few years just for how that will continue circling around. And I kind of don't want to ever get to a place where I'm not my true self. Like, I always want to just be authentic. And I think that will just keep going well, and hopefully it does. So that was my little ending note.
Beautiful.
Might have not made sense. I
Awesome.
don't know. It got a bit cringy there.
No, we love that. Thank you so much for sharing.
Oh, thank you so much.
No,
for chatting.
no, thank you. I think it's inspiring. You're changing the community, putting us all together closer. I mean, Summit is obviously a big part of that as well. So the three of us are kind of like starting to expand and grow out, which is just kind of nice. And I think the more,
Been nice, yeah.
the more we can kind of connect in and add in, it's just going to be awesome.
It's almost like all the young business owners in Southbank, we're all sort of meshing, growing. It's like a cute little group of us. We need a little group chat, all the like owners.
Oh my
True.
God,
That'd be
imagine.
good.
We can hang out.
Southbank owners
Except the
together.
Summit
owners.
boys won't be able to reply.
Don't even try it. You got to go and speak to them. if you want them.
Get a coffee and then they'll talk.
Honestly, neither will Todd. It'll just be the three of us chatting and no one else.
Oh, I'm pretty bad to be
Actually,
honest.
never seen Todd. I need to meet Todd.
Yeah.
I know. Okay, well, we need
I have no
to.
idea what Todd looks like even. I haven't got a visionary.
And
or
you
anything.
never know.
Todd's never there.
He's going to walk into
He's
class,
actually not
got a
real.
balaclava on. You never know what he looks like. No,
true.
definitely. You have to come to the gym. Next week, we'll
Yes.
organise a sesh with
That's it.
Todd.
Done.
And that'll be so
Done.
fun. Yeah, you had him for class yesterday.
Yes,
so that
I
was
did.
good.
That was awesome.
You got the full wrath.
I did. Hannah, thank you so much for your time.
Thank
We
you,
really,
guys.
really appreciate it. And yeah, we filled both of our cups up, to be honest, being able to
Oh.
chat business and content and also your journey as well. For the listeners, if you're still listening, thank you very much. Be sure to rate the show 5 stars, give it a like, comment, subscribe, and follow Condition on Southbank.
Yes.
All the links will be in the
Support
bio. So see you later.